Hey everyone, I am back. Sorry I was away for so long, but I am now a married man, a well-traveled, worldly scholar, and 30. All three of those things happened in the past month and a half, so it's been quite a ride, but I have missed you all terribly, and I'm very ready to start tackling this massive pile of stories I have here on my desk, so let's start things off with a bang. On August 3rd of this year, two local police officers arrived at a very luxurious-looking property in Smithfield, Ohio, to follow up on a car accident that had happened just hours earlier. The home belongs to Smithfield City Councilman Ted Stokes, and the reason they're at his house is because it was his son that caused the accident in question. Now, thankfully, no one has been seriously injured, and the person whose car he hit was not even in the car when it happened. It was parked on the side of the road, and Stokes the younger made the mistake apparently while reaching for a muffin, and it accidentally smashed into his car. He didn't flee the scene or anything, he stayed, but it's pretty routine for officers to follow up on something like that, so they show up to Stokes's residence to speak with Dad. And this isn't really the problem. The follow-up was kind of supposed to just be like a casual routine stop to figure out what everybody's story was here, to get a report, make sure everyone was treated fairly by their respective insurance companies. Not really a big deal, right? Well, that was until Ted Stokes answered the door. And if there wasn't a problem before, there sure as hell was about to be one. The footage this police officer's Axon body cam recorded that day wasn't released to the public until over a month later, in mid-September, but it went very viral online and led to outrage from both people on the internet, who didn't live anywhere near Smithfield, and the residents of Smithfield themselves. Why? Let's find out.
What's up? Which car was it?
Well, no, you tell me what's up. You guys are in my house.
Okay, I just told you I'm here to investigate an accident. I understand your son's been in an accident.
Yeah, tell me what's
and
up.
That he was made. I'm doing that right now.
Please, that's what you're supposed to do when you respond as an officer. Just tell people why you're here.
So he's asking you which car was it that was involved.
Why are you here?
He's asking you which car is
Yeah,
involved.
I want to know why there's two officers responding to such a simple thing.
Because there can be.
We pay a lot of money for you guys in the city.
Okay.
And I decide whether the budget's good or not. And so I think you should go patrol Main Street, do your job, and I'll talk to him and I'll deal with this.
Okay.
Go patrol Main Street. I'm not dangerous.
I'll talk to him.
So we're like a minute in, and he's already trying to big dick these officers.
Look, guys, we pay so much money for
man.
this.
Okay.
Hey, look, I decide.
Why don't you just hang out for a second?
Go patrol
and
Main Street.
we'll
Make
see.
yourself useful. Come on, guys. Go patrol Main Street. Make yourself useful. Let's not waste taxpayer dollars.
So, tell me what's going on.
Come down here. I've got a family event going on.
Okay, that's fair. I'm willing to do that.
I want to know why you're even here.
Because I am obligated
No,
to invest.
tell me
There's
why
a
you're
car that's wrecked down there.
Yeah.
And you have already talked to the guy and said that your son had run into his car.
Yeah. And I gave him my insurance and I gave him everything. And we already called and made an insurance report. State Farm's handling everything.
Okay, and it's also over $1,500. So I need to
it's going to be his car's totaled. Yeah. So he called you. That's what you. Yeah. That's all you needed to say. Hey.
Yes, he called me.
Yeah. See, this is the problem, and your guys' lack of training blows my mind.
Okay.
It blows my mind. Hey, Ted, I'm here. There was an accident. The person whose
Will
car
you please
owned.
not step up on me?
No, I'm telling.
I'm asking
no,
you
no, no,
not
no,
to.
no, no. I'm telling you how you're supposed to do your job because you obviously don't know. Look, listen. Hey, Ted. The person that your son hit earlier has asked that I make a police report. I'm here to do that. Instead, you show up like you're an FBI agent doing some big secret thing. Like, who trained you? I want to know who trained you.
Can I get your son's name?
How old are you?
Can I get your son's name?
How old are you?
Okay.
How long have you been?
How long have you been
going
to impede an investigation?
Do you have a warrant to be here?
I'm on public property right now.
I'll cooperate with you, but you
I'm trying to.
No. You guys have got to learn how to do your job right. We are botching so many things in the city because of you guys, and you know that. You're aware of everything, and I'm aware of everything.
Can
and
I
you know
get your
that.
son's name?
You can step onto my property and I will talk to you if you will be reasonable. Let's start the conversation over.
Let's do it.
Please.
Okay.
Hi, my name is
Hello?
Ted Stokes.
I am here because there was a complaint about your vehicle or your son hitting another vehicle.
Okay.
And the vehicle looks like it's totaled.
And the person who made the complaint was the person who owned the car?
Yes.
Okay, cool. We already talked to him. I'm happy to help you out.
Okay.
Yeah.
But we need your...
Two responding officers.
Yes.
For a non-moving vehicle incident.
Yes. And what's your son's date? His driver's license?
Yeah, sure.
Do we need,
Will you go get it, Court? I don't have it.
does he need to come out here?
No. We'll see what happens.
Okay. Can you tell me which vehicle it was?
Yeah, it was that Hyundai Sonata right there.
Okay. So I do have his, or I guess it's your insurance information.
Yes.
Does the car belong to you?
Yes.
Okay.
Now, I stayed there for half an hour. I waited for them to get home.
Okay.
When they got home, I gave them their
haven't
information.
said
I don't have a
that
problem with
that's
you being here. I
inappropriate.
have a problem with the approach.
I don't even know what he's talking about, honestly. They seem like they really calmly, politely walked up to his door. They weren't being like, we've seen police abusing their power. That wasn't what it looks like.
Two responding officers.
Yes.
To this, and we probably have another accident
Okay.
on Main Street right now.
So it's this one right here?
Send the responding officer.
So he walks over to the vehicle now, and like he's still ranting in the background, but you can't understand anything he's saying.
I can't believe that you guys are wasting. I can't believe you have him sitting there wasting tax dollars. Give me one good reason why he's there. Wasting tax dollars. I love that you want me to answer your questions, but you won't answer mine. He doesn't dispute fault. Like, it's his fault.
And he just takes some pictures here for another like 30, 45 seconds. There's no dialogue.
Okay. So is your son okay?
Yeah, I think he might have broke his phone. Hey, Justin, Ted Stokes. Hey, I've got two police officers in my house.
So Ted picks up the phone at this point and he calls city manager Justin Lewis to complain about what's going on.
This is the most unbelievable thing I've ever seen. Tucker hit a non-moving car on a road. We gave the insurance.
Cash, Bravo
we
12.
gave the
Can I
insurance
get a
to the guy.
1027 by number?
Everything was good. I think he called to make a report just to make it fine. Two officers show up at my house, walk up to my front door.
247 118 417.
Don't tell me anything other than we're here to do an investigation. And the other officer's still sitting here as backup. Like, this is, Justin, I'm sorry, but...
Sorry, 1090.
This can't happen, man. Like, this other officer needs to leave and stop making this. Needs to go.
Yes, correct.
I'm fine to give a report to this. He wouldn't even tell me. It wasn't like, hey Ted, we're here. It's Officer Hansen. I'm blown away by this. Justin, I promise you, I will do everything in my power as a city council member to make sure these guys are defunded. There will be 5 police officers in this town because this is unbelievable that this guy needs a backup officer to make sure I don't hurt him at my house for my son hitting a car non-moving. I waited a half an hour at the guy's house to give him his insurance policy. I'm fine with him making a police report. I'm blown away by the fact that right in the middle of my Sunday dinner, my daughter's birthday party, with 5 other cars here for guests. I've got 40 people at my house for a birthday party, and
So
I've got
can I
two officers at my house. And this guy's.
Can I talk to your son?
Who's the other officer?
Macomb.
Macomb.
Copy.
I've got Hansen and Macomb. This is unbelievable. Like, get on Main Street, the other officer, and go patrol. Instead, they're making sure City Councilman Stokes doesn't do something. Like, I don't know if this is retaliatory or what, because I didn't vote. Like, it better not be. I'm telling you, Justin. Like, this is over. Like, this is the last straw. I've got two officers out in front of my house. There's 40 people in my house celebrating a birthday party, and he couldn't even tell me why he was here, other than he was to investigate a car accident that he acted like we had done a hit and run for. Like, that's how he approached me. He didn't say, "Hey, Ted, guess what? Like, some guy wants to make a report. We're here to do it. We understand you gave him your insurance information. Thanks for doing that, but we're obligated to make a report." I'm fine with that. You should have seen this guy approach. Actually, I'll send you the ring footage. You will be blown away by this. I don't know what to say, Justin, but this is the last straw. I know I've expressed my complaints, but this is it. This is the last straw. They're both here because he's afraid I'm going to jump him. I approached him to talk to me. He says, you need to back up off of me. Back up off of me. I'm like, I'm standing here talking to you with a Sharpie in my hand. You think I'm going to hurt you? These guys are so untrained, Justin. It blows my mind. I am done. Like, I don't know if there's a way to amend the budget now, but I want to amend it, and I'm going to call the other council members tonight. I'm going to tell them exactly what happened, and we are amending it. Like, we are going to 5 officers. This is it. We need 2 officers on duty in the morning. We need 2 officers on duty in the afternoon. We need 1 officer on duty at night. This is the most unbelievable thing I have ever seen. Tell me when you can talk in the morning. Go enjoy your Sabbath. I need to talk to you first thing in the morning.
So City Manager Justin Lewis, after listening to this long-winded rant, finally is able to get a word in edgewise. And what he appears to say is, hey, man, I'm trying to enjoy my Sunday, my Sabbath. Do you mind?
You can talk in the morning. Go enjoy your Sabbath. I need to talk to you first thing in the morning. This is unbelievable. All right, well, let's talk about it in the morning. I'm sorry, Justin. Like, I know, like, Justin, this is culminating. Like, I've got other stories I could tell you last week. An officer pulled someone over.
Hey, man, totally get it. Go enjoy your Sabbath. But first, here's another 5-minute rant.
Oh, in front of just in front of the intersection of Spring Creek Fitness, or what's it called, Summit Creek Fitness. The guy pulled over. Like right past the intersection. The guy was an idiot, right? He pulled over like 5 feet past the intersection. So our officer parked right in the middle of the intersection, and no one could make a left-hand turn or a right-hand turn or go straight through a main street intersection for like 30 minutes while this guy did his stop. What would you have done, Justin, if you were the officer in that situation? Tell me what you would have done. You would have got out of the car, you would have gone up and said, hey, can you pull 20 feet forward so I can pull in behind you? But no, the officer parked smack dab in the middle of the intersection and sat there and did his 20-minute stop. And I have pictures of it. I have videos. Like, Justin, we cannot fund this because it's not worth our money. These guys have no idea what they're doing. Oh, I'll take a picture. You can see both their trucks pulled up right here to handle this issue. I am done. Like, this is the last straw. It is the last straw. I am done with these guys. I'm embarrassed. I'm flat out embarrassed. I get a ticket 3 weeks ago for rolling through a stop sign at 7 a.m. And the officer says, sorry, I had to do it.
Oh, you got pulled over for breaking the law. That's what this is all about. This police force had the audacity to hand you a ticket for breaking the law. That's what this is really about.
I get a ticket 3 weeks ago for rolling through a stop sign at 7 a.m. And the officer says, sorry, I had to do it. Turns out, I find out, him and the chief are giving each other high fives the next Monday. Like, Justin, I've got 3 officers in the force who tell me everything. I know everything that's going on. Like, I am done with this. Like, it's done. Well, I want. I'll talk to you tomorrow morning. There's changes have to happen, or there's going to be problems. Thanks. Bye.
Okay. So does your son need medical attention?
No, I think he was bleeding his nose pretty bad. We handled it, but we're competent parents. If he needed medical attention, we would take care of it.
But you think he might have broke it?
I don't know. We're going to go check it out tomorrow and see. Like, we would handle that, right? Tell me why you think I couldn't handle my son's medical attention.
I think you can.
Isn't that my
you have a right.
Isn't that my it's not a right, it's my legal obligation.
But it's your right to be able to.
It's my right and my legal
seen.
obligation. So yeah.
Okay. Can I talk to him?
What do you need to talk to him for?
Just to find out what
I can tell you everything that
happened.
He had he had stake youth council. He's on a youth council for the church.
Okay.
He pulled out of the stake center. They gave them muffins, chocolate muffins. You can see him on the front seat. They spilled. He set the muffin on the seat, and he was going to eat it when he got home because he's fasting, and we were going to eat dinner at 5. And he set it down, and the muffin fell down onto the carpet. You can see where the frosting like got on the carpet. He bent down to pick it up, which he shouldn't have done, and he set it back up on the seat. When he looked up, he kind of veered off.
I get it.
This guy.
Yeah. I have a sister that years and years ago did almost the exact same thing. Bend over, grab the steering wheel, went across the road. Luckily, he went this way instead of into oncoming traffic.
I'm super grateful, though no one was in the car. He's okay. He has a bloody nose. We'll look at it tomorrow and make sure it's not broken.
Okay. Do you know if he was wearing his seatbelt?
He was.
Do you know how fast he was going?
I don't think, I asked him, he said, Dad, I pulled out of the thing and I had let off the gas because I'm going downhill anyways. He turns left at that intersection. The car got pushed about 15 feet, 10 to 15 feet. He turns left right there, so he wouldn't be going too fast because he knows he's turning left right there. He should have turned left, but he bent over to get the muffin and
Gotcha.
hit it.
Okay. At this point, I just need to fill out the witness or not the witness statement, but the accident exchange form. I mean, that way both of you have the exact same information.
Sure.
So that you can contact your insurance company.
I already did.
He can contact his.
I gave him our insurance. I hope he did too. I don't have a problem with you making a report. It's 2 officers and it's the approach. Blows my mind, man.
Okay.
Can we just?
I don't feel like I.
Yeah, no, you
did
need to.
anything.
You need to handle that better. You need to say, hey, I heard your son was in an accident. Someone asked me to come make a report, and I would say, oh, was it the guy who got hit? Instead, you come up to me like you're doing an FBI and get
I'm
investigation.
not getting into that because
No,
I tried
Officer
to be
Hanson,
friendly.
You need to.
I tried to be
You gotta
friendly
be
the
better.
entire time.
No.
Tried to be friendly with you the entire time.
Why are
I
there
tried
2
to
officers
strike
here?
up a conversation.
Why are there 2 officers here?
There's a vehicle.
Justin's blown away.
There is a vehicle that
No.
didn't say.
And that's what you said
But
too.
I'm not-
forgot about
I'm
that.
not saying-
I forgot. You said,
I'm not-
hey, there's a vehicle that's been totaled on a roadside, as if we hit and run it. That's how you approached me.
Until I get here, I don't know the full circumstance. I don't.
The person who called
Okay.
didn't say
I'm
that
going
we
to start
saved-
working on paperwork so that I don't
finish.
waste more time.
Let's finish
So,
this.
no.
Hey, Officer Hanson,
Okay.
let's finish this conversation. Hey,
Okay.
let's finish this.
I'm
No,
gonna-
you said you didn't
I'm
know.
gonna do paperwork.
Hey, stop. Just
I'm
listen to me.
gonna do the
You're
paperwork.
walking away from the conversation that you know you. Look, hey.
Okay.
You said, I didn't know the whole situation. What report did you receive?
What do you mean?
What were the words that the dispatch person told you?
And it's all on written records.
So no, you tell me.
It's all I'm going to do.
Why
my
won't you just
paperwork.
tell me? This is what I hate about you guys. The lack of transparency.
Okay.
Lack of transparency. All the bull crap. Like, it's done. Like, I'm sorry. You guys dug your own grave.
Okay.
It's unbelievable. Hey, Justin wants that other officer on Main Street.
Okay.
So send him.
Okay. Do you want to fill out a witness statement or anything, or does your son?
No, we're good. It's his fault.
Okay.
We didn't. That's why we waited for 30 minutes for them to get home. That's why we
Appreciate
gave
that.
it to him. That's why we took care of it. I expected someone might show up just to make a police report because sometimes the insurances want that. I just expected it. I didn't expect 2 officers. I didn't expect that approach.
I had a second officer follow me up here.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
And so, anyway, have a better day. See ya.
So I think understandably, a lot of people had a huge problem with the way that Ted Stokes went about this entire interaction. He threatens to defund the police. He decides to call the city manager and berate these cops to the city manager right in front of said cops, names them by name. That seems like you're trying to intimidate them, almost threaten them in a way with their jobs for having the audacity to bring 2 officers to follow up on a car crash? What is this? And the comments that people left under the various copies of this footage that made the rounds all over the internet were definitely not flattering for Ted, that's for sure. Things like, wow, he is so offended at being expected to follow procedure and the lack of kowtowing. Very childish and ridiculous. Seems like Mr. Stokes thinks the police are only rounding up the riffraff and have no business addressing someone of his stature. Or, this guy is very unstable. He's the absolute last person we should have in a position of power. This guy is unhinged, the way he talks to people is very concerning, and even Ted Stokes is now famous and will forever be known for his absurd behavior. And I happen to agree with all of these people. I think that was a completely ridiculous way to handle that. Really showed his character, who he is, how he wields power, how he thinks of himself. This is not a person that you want in a position of power. The backlash got so bad, in fact, and the video so viral, that the city council and the mayor issued a joint statement on September 15th, which read, "At the beginning of each city council meeting, I open the meeting by asking those in attendance to interact with the council and each other with dignity, respect, and kindness. Likewise, I expect our council members reciprocate that civility in both their public and private interactions. As the mayor and city council body," so this was written directly by the mayor, "we strongly disagree with the behavior and statements of city council member Ted Stokes regarding our law enforcement officers and our police department as a whole. His threats and defiant actions were not in line with what we value and believe." So even the mayor is saying you threatened these cops. "We recognize that each day our officers walk out the door to go on shift. They are putting their lives on the line to protect our residents' freedoms, safety, and order. Officers and their families deserve to be treated with the utmost respect, gratitude, and dignity. We are truly blessed to live in the land of the free and the home of the brave. Our police officers are here to defend that freedom when we are threatened. That is their job. We are so very grateful for the Smithfield Police Department and all they do for the city. We will never condone rude, unprofessional, demeaning behavior, whether from an elected official or from residents. We believe that we, as mayor and city council members, are not above the law because of the positions we hold. On the contrary, our role in the community requires that we be held to an even higher standard of integrity and accountability. None of us is perfect, but we must strive to do better. In light of what has happened here in Utah in the past month, we plead with our community to reflect a kinder, more civil tone in our interactions. Let's assume the best intentions, find common ground, and recognize the humanity in each other. We join the rising collective voice asking that we treat each other kinder, disagree better, and act respectfully." And this struck me. I found this very funny. One of the people who put their name on this letter condemning Ted's actions was Justin Lewis, the city manager. The same Justin Lewis that Ted Stokes had called that fateful day to bitch and moan. So the guy he called put his name on the letter that pretty much indirectly or sort of directly called him rude, unprofessional, and demeaning, as well as accusing him of acting like he was above the law. Poor guy just wanted to enjoy his Sabbath, and instead he got a 7-minute earful from this lunatic. 5 days later, Ted Stokes issued an apology. These are always a lot of fun. Let's see how this goes. "Dear residents of Smithfield, I asked my fellow council members if they'd permit me to issue an unedited apology, and they were gracious enough to allow it. I have apologized to the officers involved, but I feel a broader apology is also needed. As you may be aware, on August 3rd, my son was in a car wreck in which he hit a parked car on the side of the road. He called his mom and told her what had happened and where he was. I jumped in the car and dashed down to the scene, just hoping the whole way that he was okay. As I walked up to the car, he rolled down the window and his eyes filled with tears as he said, 'I'm so sorry, Dad. I've probably never felt that much compassion before.' That compassion spurred me to be gentle and loving with him. I checked to make sure he was okay. I told him it was just a car and we had insurance and everything would be all right. I hugged his bloody white shirt and tie and was just grateful that he had been spared with merely a banged up nose. We went to the door of the house and no one was home. After making sure he seemed okay to drive, I told him to go home and have his mom take care of his nose and I'd stay and wait for the owner to come home. When the owner arrived, I apologized profusely and gave him my insurance information. He was so kind and expressed no anger. I think he asked me like 5 times if my son was okay. His son stood by him and learned well from his father how to handle himself. We exchanged pleasantries and I drove the battered car back to the house. We had just begun my 9-year-old's birthday party and my 5-year-old son yelled, "There's a police car outside." My wife and I looked at our son with gentle smiles and he put his hand on his forehead as if to say, "Man, look what I've done." I headed for the front door. As I stepped down the stairs, I saw 2 patrol cars and 2 officers approaching the house. Most of that compassion I had just expressed to my son and had witnessed from the victim of the accident disappeared. In a moment of regret, I let the passion of disagreement regarding a backup officer and the officer's initial statement control what would soon become unprofessional behavior, which is so unfortunate considering that just 40 minutes earlier, I was in such a different mood and had such great compassion expressed toward me and my son from the victim who had his car destroyed. The rest is on video, so it doesn't need to be retold here. What does need to be told is that I sincerely apologize for my lack of professionalism toward these two officers. Even if I disagreed with them in any aspect, they deserved my respect and professionalism as we all do to one another. And I do personally think he took some liberties with the way that he described this whole thing, and especially with not taking accountability for the fact that he was completely wrong about the thing he was upset about. But what he does next in this apology is jarring. He goes on to invoke the assassination of Charlie Kirk and somehow shoehorn that into his apology. He says, "We've recently witnessed the killing of someone who championed respectful disagreement and respectful discourse, a person who went to the proper locations and proper channels to find redress and to seek out the development of ideas. We are allowed to not like something, but how we handle what we don't like should remain professional and respectful. I violated that canon of ethics on August 3rd. In the weeks that have followed, I have read several times President Hinckley's October 2007 conference talk Slow to Anger. He predicted what would happen to me if his words weren't heeded, and sure enough, he was right. In the end, I'd very much like to express my gratitude to all the people who have checked on our family. I brought something upon my wife and children that they didn't deserve, but so many people have reached out to us, and I can't express my gratitude enough. God bless." This apology letter was released on September 20th, and it was only one day later, on September 21st, that Ted Stokes would be forced to officially pen his resignation. And that resignation letter is somehow even longer than his apology, but in it, he blames not his actions or the widespread backlash he faced for his ultimate decision to resign, but the, quote, vile and disgusting behavior of some of the people who were upset, saying he had no choice but to resign to, quote, protect his family. Now, obviously, we don't really know if that was honestly the reason he resigned or if he was just facing too much pressure from his colleagues and this was an easy way of framing it. But the rest of his letter goes on to recount all the reasons he is upset with the Smithfield Police Department, saying that in January of this year, the council and mayor were informed in a closed session that there were significant concerns with our police department. He also added this in toward the end. "I've since found out that on August 3rd, the day of my son's wreck, a single police officer went to the home of the victim of the wrecked parked car. I've watched that body cam footage. The officer told the victim that he would go to my house and finalize the report. Between that time and coming to my house, he called for backup. I want to reiterate that no context excuses my unprofessional behavior, but in light of the context being unreported, I wanted people to know what was on my mind at that time." And that kind of confused me, the use of wording that he chose here, because if he found this out afterward, then how was this information on his mind at the time? He was just assuming that they didn't send two police officers to the victim's house too, and he only found out that he was right about that by reviewing the body cam footage later. So he is still, even in resignation, making the argument that two officers showing up was just not necessary because only one showed up to the accident victim's door before heading to his house, and in between, they called for that backup. But Chief Travis Allen, asked for comment on the conduct of the officers that day, said he believes the officers handled the incident appropriately, saying they did a good job trying to de-escalate the situation. He said they were caught off guard after watching the body cam, adding that they did not expect Stokes to respond in that way. So, what do we think, folks? Was Ted Stokes vindicated by the discovery that an officer called in backup before showing up to his house, but didn't do so to speak with the victim? Or was it still an absurd thing to be so bothered by in general? Was Stokes covering for the pressure he was facing from fellow council members and people online to resign by invoking the vile and disgusting behavior of people online? Or was he simply making the decision to put his family's safety and peace of mind ahead of his his seat on the city council. What did you think of the conduct of the officers and how they handled this incident at the time? I, of course, welcome all thoughts, feelings, concerns, and contrarian opinions in the comments below, and our next episode will be covering a terrible incident that involved an insane McDonald's customer and her attack on one of the employees who worked there. Okay, that's it for me. I'll see you next time.